In early January, I did a video titled Why the Stock Market Could Crash Within 6 months. And now I'm going to do an update, let you know, guys, if I believe this is it, if this is another, 2022 kind of crash, or it's just a minor pullback. And I'm also going to talk about, some things that a lot of the newer investors are facing, some mental challenges in terms of, their portfolio going down and many different things. A lot of insightful stuff you guys going to enjoy. So I really hope you enjoy it as always. And so far, over the last week, we have Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia down 14%, and many different stocks that are going down. But so far, I personally don't believe this is another 2022 yet. I did talk about a potential crash, and I still believe the crash will likely happen, but I don't believe this is looking like a major crash. I'm going to tell you why. The first reason why is I believe there's a lot of rotation that's going into the market. You have stocks like Pepsi, they're starting to go up, RTX, Berkshire Hathaway, McDonald's. A lot of the safety stocks are starting to get rotated into, and we're getting rotated out of a lot of the hype stocks like IONQ, which is in quantum computing. The stock went from $7 per share to $55 per share, and they're not going to even make any profits before like 2028 or 2029 or something crazy. I mean, this stock is insane. And we had, a lot of bubble in AI with SoundHound.ai and other kind of stocks that are so expensive, and some of them will never even be profitable. Quantum computing, AI, those stocks are getting killed the most. A lot of the space exploration kind of stocks and just a lot of speculative stuff. We had a lot of excess, and the excess has been getting wiped out. And this is very healthy in my opinion. It was way overdue. And it's just very healthy for the market in general. So this is the first reason why. But the best part about it is, while low stocks are being wiped out, while a lot of the growth stocks are crashing like never before, and expensive stocks, you're having decent companies like Amazon, which is trading at 19 times operating cash flow. It's going to grow operating cash flow 20% a year for the next 5 years. So you could buy Amazon today below 1 time price to operating cash flow growth. That doesn't happen very often. And a lot of good stocks are being dragged down with a lot of the hype, quantum computing, and all these kind of things. But the second reason why I don't believe that this is a major crash is my margin debt indicator. And I talked about this before. I talked about it in 2021 when I was making videos about a potential 2022 stock market crash. And this is a chart of margin debt divided by total currency in circulation. And anytime it goes above 0.4, we tend to have a stock market crash over the next 5 to 6 months. Now, why is this an important indicator? It's an important indicator because it tells you the amount of excess in the market. When we have margin debt going up so much, when you have people trading options on Robinhood more than ever, as you could see in this chart, we have a lot of excess in the market. We have a lot of optimism that needs to be wiped out. Over the last 2 years, it's been so easy. Everyone is now an investor. Everyone is a trader. Everyone I talk to, they're talking to me about stocks and all these kind of things. A lot of people are using margins at the top to buy out all kind of quantum calls and all these kind of things. Well, that's a very good indicator of a massive excess. And as you could see it here, now it's hit 0.4. It hit 2.4 in August of 2021. I was talking about it in my videos. It hit 0.4 back in the February of 2018, before the December 2018 pullback. It hit 0.4 in 2007, before the 2008 financial crisis stock market crash. It hit way above 0.4 in December of 1999, like 6 to 10 months before the major tech bust and stock market crash. And now it's hitting 0.4 again, but it's hitting it right now. And I told you guys, it normally happens 5 to 6 months later, we have a market crash. So again, that's another indicator that's telling me we have a lot of excess. We're likely going to have a major crash. But now is not the time for this crash. Now it's just a rotation where a lot of the excess are being wiped out. It's just weak hands are getting out of the market. People calling themselves investors. A lot of deleveraging is happening within retail investors holding margin debt. And it's mainly a rotation kind of minor pullback that's being corrected. Another indicator is the 10-year minus 3 months, or 2-year, I should say. And this one is another 6 to 10 months lagging. And we turned positive not long ago. And we still need a few months, 6 to 10 months, before we normally have a major recession or a major stock market crash. And we're still, pretty far from that. And the final indicator that's telling me that this is not another crash is this chart. And this is a chart of the S&P 500 that has been stuck in this channel pretty much since 2023, late 2023. And I talked about this before in my videos, and I told you guys you should only get worried if we ever meaningfully break down below this trend line. And this is exactly how we crashed in 2022. In 2021, we were bouncing in and out of the trend line. Then once we broke down in late 2021, early 2022, this is when the 2022 stock market crash has started, and this is when I shorted the S&P, and this is how I made 27% back then. It's not going to happen this time. I'm not doing as many options as I did, but a rule of thumb is don't get worried before we have a major breakdown. And so far, it's still a healthy correction, just like the one we had over here in July, August of 2024. It could be it. It could be over tomorrow. We'll see what happens on Core PCE. This is recorded on Thursday. But so far, it seems a very healthy, you could say, pullbacks, tiny correction. And I don't believe this is a start of a major crash. To me, it looks very healthy. And that's how it looks so far. We'll see what happens, and I will update you guys. But I just want to share some charts to, help you guys feel a little bit better about this, because I know a lot of you guys are struggling. You're looking at your portfolio. You was up so much. Now you're not up as much. You missed out on stocks, and you have no more cash to buy the dip and all these kind of things. I know how it feels. So this is a few charts. The first one is, and it's a funny one, is that this is a book called Shut Up and Wait. Each page is just this chart. And this is a long-term chart of the S&P, highlighting that the S&P 500 goes up over time. So no matter how you feel, this will never end, and the world's gonna end, and tariffs are gonna kill the market, and all these kind of things, it's gonna end. Maybe it's ending tomorrow. Maybe next week it's gonna end. Maybe it's gonna end in 6 months. Maybe it's gonna end next year. Maybe even in 2 years. But it is gonna end, and we're gonna have a major bull run. And you're not only gonna make back your losses, but you're gonna make much more than you ever imagined if you do stick with your strategy. And if your strategy does work and you stick to it, you're gonna do amazingly well. So be disciplined and don't try to panic and you can't look at your portfolio because you're down and all these kind of things. So market goes up over time. We're gonna be just fine. The world's not gonna end. And this is something else that I say, which is the best time to buy is when it's not easy to buy. The worst time to buy is when it's easy to buy. For example, a few months ago when you were buying Bitcoin or whatever it is, you buy Bitcoin or you buy the stock and it goes up, then you buy more and it goes up. You get instant feedback from the market. The market is telling you you're right. You feel good. You feel confident. You feel comfortable. You're using margin. You feel like a genius. Everything is fine. You're feeling good about yourself. You wake up in the morning, you look at futures are up, and then you feel amazing. That's not supposed to happen. But this is the worst time to be buying. Whenever it's easy, whenever you feel good doing it, it means that everyone else feels good doing it, which means you're not getting a bargain. You're not getting any mispricing. But the best time to do it is when no one else is doing it. Whenever there's uncertainty, whenever you want to buy and you feel like, I don't know if those tariffs are going to kill the market. I don't know if we're going to have a recession. I don't know if Trump is going to tweet something else and we're going to go lower. Anytime you feel doubtful, you feel there's uncertainty, this is the best time to be buying because people are selling on this uncertainty, and you could do the opposite. I shared this chart of March 16th of 2020 actually, and this is when we had a major red day in the market. We had Google down 6%, Amazon down 12%, and a lot of people in the comments told me, I wish this day never happens again. For me personally, I pray this day happens again, because in 2020, I made 147%. How did I make 147%? I was buying when people are selling. I was excited when people were fearful. And this is what the market is about. It's about buying when it's not easy to buy. When you feel doubtful, we're going to lock down. The world's going to... This is the best time to be buying. And in my opinion right now, there's a lot of uncertainty. The tariffs I have a lot of uncertainty. We could go into a recession. The S&P is going down. And we have a lot of bargains. I talked about Amazon, talked about Google at 18 times earnings, and many different kind of stocks. There's a lot of opportunities. If you're not buying now, then when do you buy? Whenever stocks are going up. And then when they go back up, you're going to wish you didn't buy right now. and then you're gonna hope for a pullback. And once the pullback happens, then you get scared because we're gonna go lower. So how does this make any sense? And again, I'm not understanding why everyone is fearful. I'm not understanding why everyone's so freaking out. For me, I couldn't be more excited because I've been, kind of prepared for this. I do have a strategy around 22% cash I could use to buy the dip from when I did the video of, if we could crash in 6 months. And I still believe the crash is gonna happen, but this is not it. This is just a minor pullback. And I believe we're gonna reverse very soon and make new all-time highs. I could be wrong, and I'm gonna update you guys, and we'll see what happens. And I share everything I do in my own group. This is the link if you're interested. Hope you enjoyed it. Not financial advice. If you did enjoy it, please press the like button and maybe consider subscribing. So I'll talk to you in another video.